Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and today we're starting LEGO City Undercover. We'll begin in just a moment. There's a couple of caveats to mention as we look at the settings, just to show off what can be changed and what isn't. I'll have subtitles on. So this will be the first LEGO game I've played in a while, and the first game I'm going to try and play all the way through to the end, since I've found a fix, basically a Windows hack that ask me, I guess, in the credits about if you're having problems with LEGO games running on PC. Basically, there's a thing that happens where you change Windows to use a less efficient but way faster. It would be actually more efficient but less accurate but faster internal clock. Apparently, from best I can tell, some games, a small collection of them, are asking for, like, what time is it, should we do this now or should we wait? But they're asking the BIOS part of the computer instead of the CPU part of the computer, where the CPU has a much quicker response where it can just say, it's close enough to this. It's not something you'd use for scientific work or anything like that, but for a video game, you don't need that accuracy. It is a very small number of games that seem to run into this problem, but since I've established this hack, it stopped a very consistent problem which I've been having with LEGO games up until this point, ever since I built my new PC, which was several years ago, of just locking up, lagging, and micro stuttering. Particularly micro stuttering is the issue. So just it's been a huge problem to the point where I really didn't want to even use it, play any more LEGO games. So this is my first effort to actually go back and play this one. Now this is a 2017, I would call port, some may call it a remaster of the Wii U game. I would say if it's not labeled as a remaster, it doesn't get that title as a remaster. If anything, it should just be a port from the Wii U game. And we'll be running a 1080p. I did turn off one effect here of motion blur. Everything else by default was the way it is, which is like you really only get low and high on most settings, so it doesn't seem like there's really much to change. And we'll have the music on, and we'll have the audio at the point it is. It seems like the music itself is a little bit louder than the sound effects compared to what I would want. And so, but there's no way to adjust that, unfortunately. It's all built into one. So yeah, this was released on Steam in 2017. It's really closer to a 2012 in LEGO game. It's also made by TT Fusion, which was an acquired subsidiary of TT Games, I believe. So it's not the main developers of TT Games, Traveler's Tales Games, not to be confused with the Telltale Games company. And TT Games in general are subsidiaries of Warner Brothers. This was originally published by Nintendo for the Wii U, but it's of course not published on Steam via Nintendo. It is also worth mentioning that the green clown makeup on the character walking in the background does seem like something that would have been either reused in LEGO Batman or reused from LEGO Batman. And in a kind of weird way, this is the most LEGO game to play, because you really have to like the LEGO City series of sets. Like, there's no secondary story here. There was, I believe, a cartoon around LEGO City at some point, but it may have not gone that long. And this might be a little bit like a GTA if you're playing as the good guys, although LEGO City Undercover indicates that you'll be playing as the good guys pretending to be a bad guy. I really don't know anything else. Graphics look good so far in this starting. Resolution looks good. Let's hop in. Just choose a save file. I can already say that the menu looks slightly different than practically every other LEGO game. So it asks for subtitles to start with. It's putting the saving in the middle of the screen, which is weird. Like you'd think saving and loading would be in the lower right side. Hi there, I'm Frank Honey. I've been with the LEGO City Police Department since I graduated the top of my class 2 years ago from kindergarten. Oh, and when I say top of my class, I just mean that I was the tallest.
A warm welcome to all you listeners who've just tuned in. You're listening to the sizzling sounds of LEGO City Radio. And let me tell you that the forecast for today is hot, hot, hot.
So this clearly is one of the later LEGO games where they have voice acting. The difference, I would say here, is the fact that since these are not really characters that were voiced by
LEGO City.
famous actors like Harrison Ford for Indiana Jones, you're really not going to have an odd comparison to make there. Of course, the LEGO Lord of the Rings and Hobbit games, I believe, just took direct lines from the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies, and then it sounded very awkward.
But it made me a better cop, a smarter, faster cop.
Ah, so what brings you back here, Chase McCain?
An old acquaintance, a promise to keep, a debt of honor to be repaid.
I meant business or pleasure. I have to fill in your paperwork.
Maybe neither, maybe both.
Yeah, I really do have to tick one of the boxes.
So there's a
Don't worry,
Titanic
I'll
reference.
buff right out.
My love will go on!
So
With the skill of an old sea dog, I slide her smoothly into port.
with this new format, they can kind of make references to anything they want and
What brings
parody
you to LEGO
anything
City,
they
young
want.
lady?
This boat?
Oh, fiddle pants.
Mayor Gleason.
Thank you so much for coming back, Chase. I know it can't have been easy for you.
I had to get a new passport.
I was referring to you leaving under a cloud, but okay. I'll get straight to the point. Rex Fury has escaped and is at large in LEGO City.
What? Is Natalia okay?
Natalia's fine. She's still in witness protection.
I have to speak to her.
I'll get you her number. But if you really want to protect Natalia, find Rex Fury and bring him to justice. Again.
So it is worth
Chase,
mentioning.
this city is in the grip of a crime wave.
Really?
Yes, look.
Hey!
And I'm certain Rex Fury is behind it. You're the only person I trust to stop him, Chase. Get to the station and get me Rex Fury.
So it's worth mentioning that there was a 3DS prequel to this game that I don't believe has been ported to anything else. So we are starting in a weird way with the story already having a lot of backstory that we're not aware of. Pretty far distance here. Considering how they had an entire city in LEGO Marvel Superheroes of New York that looks a lot like they started production or maybe reused New York to make LEGO City. Of course, LEGO City is going to have to be a little bit different. That looks like the San Francisco bridge, for instance. But we've got a really far draw distance. Spinning around so far. It's a slow spin. I've got the left stick as far as possible to the left, and it's not moving as fast. I wonder if we will get different options once we get... I didn't look at controller setup. Let's see. There is a way down here, these terrible interfaces. I forgot about these. There's a dead zone button, but that's it. There's no sensitivity or anything like that. So starting on the pause menu, we can see we have started somehow with 10 studs. There's going to be a new currency, which you almost always get a different currency in every one of these games, of white 1x1 bricks, flat bricks, I guess is what you describe those as. We have 3 of 305 skins will unlock. We have 3 red bricks already unlocked. We have 2 out of 120 cars unlocked and 450 gold bricks to collect. So we could change our ringtones. Alright. Often in these games it might be better if you just put in the code to try and have as many possible studs that you pick up at once. Ooh, this is using that new system where you have to actually have bricks to build things instead of the old system of LEGO games. This, I don't believe, is the most modern LEGO game I've played, but this might be the most modern system, because the one I would have played before this, I cannot really get up there. Interesting. Like, I have a double jump, but the double jump does not actually double jump. It pushes me downward. So it's more of a ground pound. And I don't have anything. Alright, now, for a second there, I felt like there was a little bit of a lag. It'll be frustrating, but I'll probably try and stick with the game, even if this does continue to lag. I'll try to apply the hack I did, because it's been, frankly, a while since I last did it, so I wouldn't be surprised if a Windows Update item set it back the way it was before. But yeah, I think the most recent one I would have played would have been Star Wars The Force Awakens, but I could see why the Star Wars Force Awakens wouldn't have had this system. And collecting studs right now is not really where I need to be wasting time on. My only thought is that there might have been a red brick around here, because if this is going to have a big open world, which I do prefer the LEGO games that do have big open worlds, I think that's kind of what you need every time. I'm imagining there will be at least gold bricks, if not red bricks. And looking at this implies to me that you can swim if you fall in the water. You're not just gonna die and reset. Well, if there are gold bricks and red bricks, it's probably still worth it to not bother to try and find all that right now. We may find we get some kind of other abilities that increase our ability to jump or something. So the other review I saw that was a bit of a complaint was that this felt like it was a poor port, and the driving caused micro stuttering and problems. So far have not really seen that, but I will say there is a sensitivity issue with this. Like, I'm really having to implement a decent amount of holding the A to accelerate and maximum and releasing to kind of steer out of that. Let's see. disguise boost, it says. Okay, so if I hit B, that builds really, really slow. One of 17 disguise boosts have been unlocked. We get a gold brick immediately, but everything is moving a little bit slower. Right. Disguise boosts can be purchased, allow you to be purchased disguises from character wheel. Alright. Did I not just... Okay, I can be a resident. This is weird. I need to use the D-pad. There we go. I don't have enough gold to buy it. So we have Chase McCain, and Grace Makepeace.
I need to get home.
So there's like a group of characters under special. Then there's a group of residents. So we'll change our outfit slightly. And then hit B. And we can hold Y and change when we're in a level, it seems like, but we're not in a level. So, we're in the pursuer car, but where am I supposed to be going? Because it really... Oh, the headquarters is just over here. Alright. So there must be something more to the headquarters. Probably just drive the car into the headquarters, and then that'll start chapter 1 of this mission, which, yeah. This is probably not the best onboarding for a LEGO game. I think it's somewhat fair to also talk about like the quality of some of the LEGO city sets. They've always been designed for little kids, so they're really never in the experts set. Wait, you need an ability to unlock that. So some of the LEGO sets work well against a backdrop of having a bunch of the expert sets, but a lot of them are not detailed in any way, so you run into this disconnection between what a LEGO city set looks like and what a regular an expert set looks like, which are more the kind of LEGO sets I build in the real world when I occasionally build a LEGO set. That being said, LEGO City often can give you more characters and regular looking characters, particularly the yellow skinned minifigure characters, which are the original minifigs, versus what are typically the white skinned minifig characters that are usually based on real people, but more and more I would not be surprised if that changes and we start just seeing white skinned, more human looking minifig characters in general. Alright.
What's happening?
I might now have enough to buy this mechanic, yeah. And I do believe that the game was telling me I have to play as that. As the mechanic, which seems weird. I don't think I have any abilities though. So I may just have to find like a button here that would point me in the right direction, because we're in the mechanic disguise and none of the things that are locked are unlocked. So let's just hit all the buttons. Right bump, left bump, right trigger, left trigger, A, B, X, Y, D-pad up, down, left, right stick all around, click the right stick. Wow, look at the resolution on those studs when you get to the camera like that. That's pretty bad. But in all fairness, they never really intended you to look that closely. So in the car, right? Wow, the car jumps with the right bump. You can drive forward, backward with the left stick, forward with the right stick. Nothing on the D-pad, nothing really on the left stick, nothing on the right stick. A is accelerate, B is reverse, X is go for a burst. Alright, we're getting an indicator here.
Where did they come from?
Seems like I can jump cars if I drive next to them, and this will be kind of like a GTA style game where we will get more cars. Cars from LEGO City are probably another good thing you'll get. Like there aren't too many expert level cars that are scaled at the right scale. If you get an expert car, it usually is something that's so detailed that it's like a, oh, this is the headquarters. I thought the other one that said HQ on it was the headquarters. Our LEGO City is home of the metal behemoths which stand astride its water, but of those three, Heritage Bridge is unique in that it's the only one I haven't crashed a speedboat into. I think that dialogue at the bottom doesn't matter.
Hey! Do you need help with those donuts?
Yeah. I would have
okay, thanks.
kids
I'm Frank
build
Honey, by the
LEGO
way.
City sets
Chase.
and then
Chase McCain.
take
Chase
what I would
McCain?
want
You're a
and add it
legend!
to a expert build city.
Is it true
If
that
I
you
didn't have
brought
enough room
down
for
Rex
everything.
Fury?
Just part of the team. Deputy Dunby made the actual arrest. And I'm not a legend. I'm an ordinary cop. Just like you, honey.
Whoa!
Well, maybe not just like you. So, you want to show me around this new station of yours?
It switched me back into my regular
It would
skin.
be my honor. I will wait for you inside.
Okay.
That character is a lot like Benny from the LEGO movie. I guess the LEGO movie is mostly just LEGO stuff too, but even that has like Batman in it. So if his girlfriend's in witness protection, she wouldn't really have a phone number he could
Hello?
reach her by.
Natalia.
Chase?
Yeah, it's me. Are you okay?
Charged.
What do you think you're doing? You can't call me. I'm in witness protection. Witness protection?
I was worried. Rex is out. I thought he might come after you.
I know, but he's not after me. The chief of police himself told me that Rex fled the city.
What? The mayor just told me he was still here.
What?
Should I?
Yeah.
Oh!
I just want to make sure you're safe.
You're the reason I got into this mess in the first place.
Where are you?
I'm not telling you that.
Natalia Smith to Mercy Heart's reception, please.
Mercy Hearts Hospital.
No! Yes, but don't bother coming here, because if Rex could come after me, then I'm not sticking around.
Rex.
Honestly, this feels like the first LEGO game that actually gets
I hope
into
the
an
chief
actual.
notices that I changed my hair today.
Alright,
It'll
there's a
make
bit
being
of
bald
a
all last
lag.
week worthwhile.
Frank.
So we're still seeing some micro stuttering.
If I make 2 more arrests this month,
but
I win a waffle iron.
not terrible so far. Like,
Cleaning the stairs.
it is also worth mentioning that for a very, very long time, I believed that my problem with LEGO was that there was my video card, which was a GTX 970, which had some kind of defective memory in it. It's a long story, but basically some of the RAM in the video card was fast and then some of it wasn't.
Are you sure that's safe, Frank?
That's not even the case anymore. I now have an RTX 2080 top of the line video card. There's no way I could blame that video card
Usually smoke like this.
or anything else really for
Triggered a security alert and
for
locked
this
down the
game
elevator,
having
but it
any
only
kind of
blew up
performance
when Frank
issues.
tried repairing it.
With a hammer.
Yeah. I think a lot of the other LEGO games take themselves too seriously. Just already seeing how, oh, if they just do a funny LEGO story, they can just do a funny LEGO story. And LEGO Star Wars, the first LEGO Star Wars games, the complete saga is the one I would recommend, was
functionality restored.
very, very funny.
Not bad.
In its
I'll try and find
sight
out who hacked
gags.
it.
Oh, if you get stuck, I'll help you. I know everything about computers.
Computers.
Yes, computers. Basement time!
So I think I'm supposed to just follow him. And see, there's another lag.
Until we find the camera, we have to take mugshots by photocopying people's faces? Well, okay.
These stains aren't shifting at all.
They're getting,
I should have gone to that training seminar. Room for improvement.
they're getting a lot of side dialogue, which is interesting.
Come on!
But
Fine,
we're
Madam
also
Mayor.
jumping
I'll brief the
to,
officers on Rex,
um,
but I still say he's long gone from here.
we're jumping from
Fool,
cutscene to
making me hire
cutscene.
some specialists she's brought in from overseas.
Honestly, this could have been a
Chase
movie at this
McCain?
point.
Dunby, you're the new police chief?
Right. I might not like giving you a job, McCain, but it does mean you have to follow my orders. First one, get down to the basement and get a uniform on!
Are you two old friends?
Honey, did you put those essential supplies on my desk?
Yes, Chief!
I'm going to my office. I'll be giving a briefing on Rex Fury in 10 minutes, even though he's probably a million miles away from here by now. Do not disturb me!
We are about 30 minutes in the gameplay. We really should have seen Rex Fury.
Yeah, he does seem in a better mood today.
Even if they
let's
just
get
were
you
going
a
to give us
uniform.
a flashback of what happened in the first story. Like, honestly, doing a mysterious backstory for half of the players of this game
This
is not
our
great.
basement. I'll give you a tour.
And I don't know for sure if the prequel actually came out on the 3DS before this game came out on the Wii U, so
Chuck's vehicle
that doesn't
request
make a lot of
desk is in
sense.
there. When you start, they only let you use one type of car. But if you're good at your job, you'll be able to get loads more.
Yeah. How many types do you have, Frank?
Well, we should probably move on now.
So he's just going to show us a walkthrough of
The
our
lift
hub.
up to those rooms is out of action. Chuck says it's for our own safety because a monster lives up there.
A monster.
Yeah. Please don't let it eat me.
Sure, Frank.
Looks like all these sections
What's
are
behind
blocked.
this door?
Oh, we'll come back to here. It's special. Come on, let's find you a uniform. We had a delivery this morning, so there should be one somewhere.
That seems like the area where you will create custom figures.
When I started, I had to use a hand-me-down from another officer. I looked pretty good in a dress. Check inside those boxes.
Okay. So this is like the tutorial.
Gym class at school.
Like, this is the beginning of the tutorial section. So what if I do this? Is this a mini game? Tap B, little quick time events. And Apparently I'm supposed to do 5 reps. Easy enough. And that gives me some studs. Probably about the worst way to get studs, frankly. Like, I've never played a LEGO game where you actually were low on studs at the end.
Chief Dumby said I had fat ankles.
So tap B.
You should all be giving me 110%. And math lessons. God, he's so mean. No pain, no gain. Feel the burn.
Yeah, that should be more than enough starter currency. It's kind of interesting to see the animation here. You don't see a minifig doing jumping jacks very often.
Why is it that all furniture is self-assembly these days?
These are... the whole game feels like it runs slow, though. And that's weird, certainly. It won't be, I guess, terrible, but... the whole thing, if I could get a cheat to move twice as fast, I'd do it right now. It really feels like this is just playing at half speed compared to what some of the other LEGO games are. Where, like, normally you could really get going. At least that's how I remembered it used to play. Alright. So, police uniform.
Hey,
there we go.
Looking good. Now you've got your uniform, I'll show you the special place. It's the requisitions desk.
I've been doing this for months.
I hope
My
Ellie's
arm's still
in.
the same size.
We
What
have a
gives?
grapple ability. Up there's a collectible on the right. Seems like there's several collectible things. Apparently you know the code to open the door.
Ellie, you in there?
And then we're just back to cutscene.
This is the requisitions desk and evidence locker.
You know the 3DS couldn't have had anywhere close to these kind of cutscenes.
there.
Unless they were flat
Oh, I had
2D
no idea
cutscenes
you were in.
instead.
You just spoke to me.
Hi there. I'm Chase.
Yeah, it's the guy you told me about. Chase McCain!
Well, it's nice to meet you, Chase McCain.
Hmm.
My Uncle Duke told me all about you and that Rex Fury case a few years back.
Oh, yeah?
Don't worry. There's a few of us in the station know you did all the real work on it.
Phew.
This is a police communicator. It does everything your old phone did and a whole lot more, including keeping me up to date with what you're doing. You'll need to connect it to the main computer in the lobby before you can use it. You think you can help Chase do that for me, honey? Good
Interesting with the
boy.
southern
And I'll
accent.
give you a call once you're hooked up, Chase.
Sounds like we're going to be listening to her voice quite a bit in this game. You don't get a lot of LEGO games with southern
Sorry.
accents.
I've got some evidence from a robbery at a bakery to file away. If I don't, the chief will eat it.
Seems like this door might open later. So we're really just getting the tour. In all fairness, I've seen two lags that are like a second long. Micro stutters, which is considerably better than I've seen from some of the other incidences of LEGO games. In the past, it's been terrible. You'll get micro stutters that last 5-10 seconds.
There you are. Go on. Use the main computer.
Communicator connected.
This character, Honey, is gonna need to be
1%
removed pretty quickly.
Progress bars.
Hey, Frank. Someone needs to wake the chief up.
I work too hard.
Well, I'm not waking him up. He'll fire me again.
I didn't want to get briefed on Rex Fury anyway.
You still got the key to his office?
It's right here in my hand, isn't it?
No.
Oh, then I've lost it?
100% complete.
I'll help you find it. The sooner he's awake, the sooner I can start doing actual police work.
Thanks.
So we can see we're 25 minutes into the game and we're at 1.2% completed as far as unlockables.
So, until we find the camera, we have to take mugshots by
Already getting
photocopying people's
duplicate
faces?
lines of dialogue.
Well, okay.
You see a flashing video call icon, press down on the D-pad.
Hey, Chase, you got the communicator working.
Yeah, but now I have to help Frank find a key he lost.
No problem. I updated the software on your communicator and enabled its scanner. Its screen will show you stuff you wouldn't be able to see otherwise.
Like ghosts.
I told you, that was your reflection, Frank.
Thanks, Ellie.
I'll never forget his weird, googly eyes.
What's funny is there's a back button prompt that is the exact icon for the Xbox One controller, so you know that this has been updated a little bit with the controller support button prompts. They're not even they didn't even go cheap and just use the icons from the Xbox 360, although almost certainly it would be something they would have done for one of the other LEGO games, because LEGO games are kind of consistent. They come out on everything. It's interesting those don't break. Seems like it's pretty obvious there won't be a ton of verticality
If you're looking for donuts, then they're in the chief's.
You're gonna wake up the chief? Okay. After you're done with that, I've got a hornet's nest that needs whacking with a stick.
I want to do that.
So
I've done it
you're getting two lines of dialogue on top of
pinata,
each other.
But it wasn't.
Well, not on
because
top of
the
each other.
candy made
One
my
cut
mouth
the
hurt.
other off.
That was the worst birthday ever.
If you're looking for donuts, then they're in the chief's office. Well, they were.
So, lack of polish there. To have us have a audio trigger happen. This is very police-like, scanning for footprints, I suppose. Although,
Hey,
I don't know if
you found it.
police really do any
I'll
of that.
let you wake him up. I've got some important work to do.
Yeah,
Video
this-
game time! Woohoo!
Yeah, this is full of too many side
He won't hear you
gags
if you
and
knock on the door.
segments.
He's a really deep sleeper.
Like, they should have written this better so that some of this dialogue was not necessary or used.
You weren't really
right now.
bothered about the Rex Fury briefing, were you?
Come on. You have to give the briefing. Wake up!
So do I wake him up?
Okay.
Or do we
Now let's
just...
try a really loud noise.
Are we just breaking things? Can't break his desk. Can break everything else. It looks like we're gonna be building a boombox or something.
Who's that?
Weird to have Lego donuts with
resting
bites
my
taken
arms
out
and
of
my
them.
arms and my legs.
That's not a piece that's actually used in Lego as far as I know.
Fine.
And every Lego game up until this point has required the actual pieces to exist. They probably could make a donut that had a quarter of the 1/4 of the donut missing, and then that would work with other Lego pieces interesting in an interesting way.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Did I have 6 shots?
Yes, a dirty
or
F.
5?
No kid is gonna get this.
You've had enough. Right.
Nobody's
I'm
gonna
take this from the
get
top.
that reference at
The
all.
mayor thinks we should
No
be
kid
looking
is.
for this man, Rex Fury.
He's a giant!
Rex somehow escaped from Albatross Island 3 months ago, although we still have no idea how, but that's not important. What is important is that you catch up. So make a note of that.
Take note that vacuum cleaner was built with a Lego gun piece as the handle.
At that age, he would have still been in preschool.
Elementary, my dear fellow.
We got our break when a secret witness came forward. Well, secret until somebody accidentally gave their identity away. Natalia's testimony enabled us to arrest Rex. He tried getting away, but foolishly chose a lawnmower as his escape vehicle.
Pull the lawnmower over!
His other mistake was in doubting the ability of the man who finally arrested him, me! If Rex is behind the crime wave, then he needs to be back behind bars. So,
wouldn't he need to be behind the bars anyways? He escaped from prison.
Security cameras installed at key locations. The museum, Forrest Blackwell's mansion, and, of course, the banks. What the... Briefing's over! Everyone get to the bank!
Oh, just one more thing, Chief.
So, I still think we're still trying to get to chapter 1 of the first level. Yeah, a lot of setup here. A lot of loading too.
You ready to fight some crime, Chase? Remember, even though there's a crime in progress, we still have to drive responsibly.
Of course.
Last one there has to buy all the Chief's donuts for a month.
So, is this chapter 2 or is this still
Chase,
chapter 1?
I've updated your communicator again and turned on the navigation system. You can use it to find your way around Lego City. I've marked the location of Cherry Tree Bank on it with a police shield.
Okay, so we're supposed to go there. This kind of shows there would not be this big of a landmass if we're not going to access that area at some point. Then over here there's a giant landmass. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe this really is just a giant cave that you go through. Looking at, by the looks of it, this city could be...
Cherry Tree Bank is marked with a police shield on your map.
This looks like it could be particularly small. Of course, if you're not Spider-Man swinging around from the air or Iron Man flying around, a giant city becomes a lot more of a hassle. But yeah, I do have this... I feel like all of this island, at the very least, should be full in. This full island should probably be full in.
Cherry Tree Bank is marked with a police shield on your map.
It looks like there might not be too many areas or anything to deal with. Is there anything I press? The zoom is pretty much useless.
That's perfect.
And then hit
now
X.
just follow the green line and it'll take you straight there.
Normally you have a decent
Chase?
amount of...
Yes, honey? I've gone the wrong way. Can we call that bet off, please?
Let's see. Clearly there's got to be more than just 8 levels and an open world. Although it may not be much more. It might be about 12 levels and then a big open world to find a bunch of collectibles. I'm having trouble moving the camera around until I get further away. Yeah. Yeah, it does look like there might be a large bricked off a large mountain hiding the fact that there's not a ton going on here. In all fairness, if they're trying to have one building for every LEGO City set that they've ever made, I don't think they could have too many buildings. There's another lag. But again, not too bad. It really does seem like it just happens at the beginning of anything, of entering an area. One of the things I've heard about the reason why they're still loading in games is because they've compressed all the game assets, the video textures and such, and so they're uncompressing all of that or de-encrypting it if there's any kind of security around it, which takes more CPU power than it really should. It is also very possible that a lot of loading sequences are just hard-coded to take a certain amount of time.
Get after that Joker!
Often, more often than you would like, you'll have cases where they make the loading times for one game on one system similar to the loading times of another system, so it doesn't show any kind of obvious difference. One would assume that if a game came out for the Xbox One, the PS4, and the Wii U, that the Wii U version would load a lot longer. Right. Well, I think we got him. But I think I have to actually destroy him. Let's just come out here and see if we can punch the thing. See, I've got to hit this, I think, with the car, and until he can figure out how to get at least close enough, we could try to jump it. Right, this jumps, so let's do this. If we can avoid crashing.
Don't hit anything, Chase.
Upside down car destroyed. Very slowly build that up and we found something else. There's no picking up items or anything like that, so I need a vehicle to chase a robber. So I've got to go up and get a car and then see if I can bring it down here and chase the robber, just because it's been knocked in an awkward position. I think we're seeing a pretty obvious reason why there really haven't been any car sequences in games, LEGO games, up until this point.
What's up?
Let's see. Yeah, we can take this car. We can't take a police car, apparently. The original, what were they, Star Wars games in particular, had a whole system around that where the let's not flip ourselves over too much.
Get out of the way!
Let's see. This guy can't go anywhere. The whistle's not gonna do anything. Yeah, the original Star Wars games had racing sections that were programmed by a third-party company, and as such, they really didn't in any way try to look or feel anything like a alright, that's not gonna work. Like a Lego experience with Lego cars. Now that was a better system in my opinion, even though those sections were actually quite awful. Here we go.
Seeing you on the flip side, mister.
An incredible long amount of time to deal with that, and he's just stuck.
I ain't as fit as I used to be.
So what's the whistle button? It's not Y, it's not B, it's not right trigger, it's left trigger.
I'm going to catch you!
What do I need to do to catch him?
Stop!
Let's see. Alright, he'd have to hit B, but he has to be
You won't
moving.
get away with this. The crooks run this town now.
Not for much longer.
So that was 1 of 3. Yeah. It's clear that the TT Games as a Lego game creator still does not really have their programming down to have any kind of car mechanics, or at least pathfinding AI is totally messed up here. If that car had more checks to make sure it was on the road, and then it would like reset if it reset. Oh wait, the video call button's flashing.
Chase, can you give me an update?
Yep, I just arrested the getaway driver.
Great work! And good timing, because we just had a report from someone near the Red Cafe. They spotted a clown heading onto its rooftop. Could be one of our bad guys.
Either that, or I'm about to ruin some kid's birthday party. I'm on my way. Now, where did I put my police issue whistle? Ooh, one blow of that should get the traffic to stop for me.
So this is the Red Cafe. Looks like.
Oh, wow. I just realized that I'm never gonna miss an ice cream truck again.
So, looking at this, we've been playing an hour, and we'll just have to kind of see if that was level 1, or if chapter 1 kind of just breaks into things. For every other kind of game series that I cover these days, I don't really try to break up recordings by their chapters. Since this is a kid's game, I would think I might. Seems like there's a decent amount of stuff to unlock as it goes. Let's see. And yeah, seems like there's a lot of gameplay to play here. If it takes 1.6% takes an hour to get to 1.6%, we're gonna be playing for an extremely long amount of time. I suspect that won't really be the case, but I almost want to look for a walkthrough to just like fast run. There's like more red bricks in this game than I've seen in any other Lego game in a very long time, and yeah, this seems like it is trying to be much more of an open world type game. The golden bar at the bottom, 0 of 15, tells me that there is actually only 15 levels in the game, so we haven't actually started there. So typically in previous LEGO games you would have a story mode and then a free play mode for the main levels. I don't know if any of the red bricks, which are the ones to focus on, are going to be in those 15 story levels, because that's my main focus, as we need a part item identifier, a locator for red bricks, a locator for gold bricks, and any kind of doubler. So to score times 2, score times 3, score times 4, score times 6, score times 8, score times 10, whatever they offer. And once we have all the score multipliers, we'll have a ton of studs to unlock and purchase anything else, and get on a more accelerated path, whereas right now we're just taking it slow. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I end my episodes the same way. I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you could friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.